You're listening to KSBY Sonoma 91.3 FM. We're broadcasting 450 square miles on the FM signal. Today we are live remote broadcasting from the historic Veterans Building in the beautiful city of Sonoma. It is the 6th annual Garagiste Festival Northern Exposure event.
Les and I are sitting here with our last guest of the 6th annual Garagiste Festival right here in Sonoma. And his name is Mark
Strombotny. That's
Strombotny. How do you do?
Yeah.
Mark is known as the Vine Wrangler. And I think he's wearing some Wranglers, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, well, you gotta look the part. Yeah, it's not me that's the Vine Wrangler, it's the wine.
Oh, come on
that's
now.
the Vine Wrangler. But I did, it does have some connection to me and me.
Go on.
So here's the short story. I grew up in the San Joaquin Valley, Fresno, California. We ran a cattle ranch. We had 2,000 mother cows, my dad and I. We worked all summer long, all year long with cattle and horses and yippee-ki-yo. And then, so I was all set to be a cowboy. And I worked on cattle ranches in Montana. I worked on the John Scott Cattle Company, and I worked on the Matador in Wyoming. I got into rodeos. I did rough stock, saddle broncs, bareback broncs. I won a gold medal or gold buckle. It's buckles in rodeo at the UC Davis Picnic Day Rodeo. Stayed on a bareback bronc ride. So then the funny thing in Davis was, so then I met this city girl from San Francisco, and she said, "What's this cowboy stuff all about?" And she said she had never seen one, I don't think. But we got together, and she said, "Look, you got to change this path," and she talked me into it. So I went to law school.
Shazam!
Turn about face. So go to law school, become a lawyer. I've been a lawyer for like 30 plus years. Did litigation in San Jose.
Ouch.
So wrangling judges and juries instead of horses and cattle in Silicon Valley. Did a lot of lawsuits, argued some cases to the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals on First Amendment issues, real estate transactional stuff. And then, of course, my daughter has some little kids, moves to Sonoma County, so we follow, and I find this beautiful property with a Pinot Noir vineyard that's been there forever. That
always happens.
You fall in love.
Same old.
You follow the kids, and then you find the perfect property. And
you wake up and you go, all right.
Yeah, now I'm living. So it is actually living the dream because I'm still doing some legal work and most of the day, and then go out there in the vineyard but the vineyard is it does everything. It's been there for 20 years, and the big boys used to buy the grapes from us. But in 2021, we said, you know what, let's give it a try. So I found a really good winemaker, making it a custom crush in Healdsburg, and it's Pinot Noir, all Pinot Noir, but it's in Russian River in the cool corner of that, where the cool fog comes in, the Gold Ridge fine sandy loam soil. So the Pinot's just done wonderfully, and I just kind of stay back and wrangle the vines now instead of the horses or the juries. But it's kind of fun.
Got this story down, Les.
Yeah. So the vineyard is in Sonoma.
Yes.
Russian River, correct?
So I gotta believe you got horses on the property.
No, we sold out our horses. Yeah, it's funny. You get away from it, and now kind of the older you get, you kind of want to circle back to it. So yeah, if I can find a big cattle ranch with horses and stuff, then wouldn't that be fun? But no, this is all vineyard, wall to wall.
How about sheep? Sheep?
No, actually, we did have some sheep on the vineyard first year to keep the weeds down.
Yeah.
And that was fun because they had to round up the sheep, and one of these old ewes got away from them, and everybody's on foot. And I said, "How you gonna get this sheep back?" And they said, "Well, we'll get them eventually." And I said, "I have a rope. You want me to rope them for you?"
There you go.
So sure as
you
heck,
have experience.
I came with that with my rope, and that sheep just was about to run away again, and I roped them, and they put them in the trailer, and problem solved.
So Pinot, is that correct?
All Pinot all the time. And fortunately, this first vintage has won 2 gold medals. One at the Sonoma Harvest Fair and the other one at the San Francisco Chronicle. So we
That's
like it,
deal.
and people like it. We're thrilled with it.
So vintage number one?
Number one. Very first vintage, 2021.
I like it.
You've got to be the most interesting
story.
Person beginning from cowboying to being an attorney to then winemaking.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you can't do one thing forever. You got to try different things.
Yeah.
And
we're going to nickname you the Full Circle Winemaker.
Full circle back. So end up where I started, right? I mean, is that any progress? I don't know.
I don't know. It's been great.